Okay, Wildcats. Today we're looking at 3.2 Solving Linear Systems in 3 Variables assignment tutorial. Now, I'm going to do something a little different in that I'm going to actually use paper and write down the questions on paper and work them out on paper. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm writing down question number 1. So solve the system using substitution. So I'm going to write down these systems. So 4x plus 1y minus 2z equals 18. 2x minus 3y plus 3z equals 21, and then x minus 3y equals 6. Okay, so there you are. Now it says solve by substitution, but really when it says substitution or elimination, I'm going to use the same method, and I'm not going to use substitution or elimination. I'm going to use a kind of combination of both. Okay, now you want to number these as equation 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now they've made this problem easier for us because we can make equation 3 our equation 4 because it only has 2 variables. So let's go and do that. So we have 1x minus 3y equals 6, and that's going to be equation 4. Now we need to combine equation 1 and 2 to eliminate the z variable so that we have an equation 5 with an x and y. So we have a negative 2z and a 3z. If we multiply equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2, we'll get a negative 6 and a positive 6, and they'll cancel. But you have to multiply 3 by all the terms in the equation because of the equality, and all the numbers in the equation because it's there. Okay, so let's do that. So let's multiply equation 1 by 3. So 3 times 4 is 12x plus 3y minus 6z equals 3 times 18, and AC is 54. And so that's equation 1 multiplied by 3. Okay. All right. So now we're going to multiply equation 2 by 2. So that's 4x minus 6y plus 6z equals 42. And that's equation 2 times 2. Okay. All right. So now let's combine equations. So then 12x and 4x is 16x. 3y minus 6y is minus 3y. The z's cancel. You're left with equals 54 and 42 combined to be 96. And that's equation 5. So now let's put 4 and 5 together. So you have x minus 3y equals 6. And 16x minus 3y equals 96. Okay. Now, here, this is equation 4. This is equation 5. Because we have a negative 3, and this one a negative 3 here, if we just multiply equation 5 by negative 1, we'll have a positive 3y, and then the y's will cancel. So we have 1x minus 3y equals 6. That's equation 4. And then negative 1 times 16 is negative 16x. Negative 1 times a negative 3 is a positive 3y. And then negative 1 times 96 is negative 96. And that's equation 5 times negative 1. So the y's cancel. You're left with negative 15x equals negative 90. Divide both sides by negative 15. That's 1, so x equals, and we can use our calculator. So let's see, negative, or 90 divided by is 6. So x equals 6. So now we can plug 6 back into either equation 4 or 5 to solve for y. So let's just plug it into the first equation 4. So that's 6 minus 3y equals 6. Well, subtract 6 from both sides. You get negative 3y equals 0. Divide both sides by negative 3. So y equals 0. Right now, we can plug in x and y into either equation 1 and 2 and solve for z. This one has a positive number in front of z that might make it easier, so let's use equation 2. So then that's 2 times x is 6, minus 3 times y is 0, plus 3z equals 21. So 2 times 6 is 12. That's just 0, plus 3z equals 21. Subtract 12 from both sides. You get 3z equals 9. Divide both sides by 3. Z equals 3. So your answer is 6, 0, 3. Okay, so let's plug that into our answer here. We don't need that screen. Here we go. So parentheses. Let's see, 6, 0, 3, parentheses. Check answer. Correct. All right, now let's look at question 2. All right, and again, I'm going to write question 2 down on a piece of paper. So while I'm doing that, if you want to do that as well. So 1x plus 5y plus 3z equals 5.75. 4y minus 1z equals 3. And 6x minus 2y plus 4z equals 10.5. And they actually number the equations. Okay. We're not going to use substitution, and I think what they mean by elimination is basically what we did in problem number 1. So if they say substitution elimination, we're just going to do elimination. Okay. All right. So here they've made this problem easier for us in that they've already have an equation with just 2 variables. So that's going to be equation 4. So that's 4y minus 1z equals 3. Okay. So that's going to be equation 4. Now we need to combine equations 1 and 3 to eliminate the x value. So if we multiply equation 1 by -6, -6 and 6 will cancel. So let's do that. Let's multiply 1 by -6. So that's -6x minus 30y minus 18z equals, I'm going to use a calculator on this, 5.75 times -6. Have to clear that out. 5.75 times, see 6, but that's negative, and so that's a negative 34.5. And that's equation 1 multiplied by -6. Okay, now we're just going to use equation 3, so that's 6x minus 2y plus 4z equals 10.5. And that's equation 3. So that cancels. You're left with negative 32y minus 14z equals negative 24. Okay, and that's equation 5. So now let's combine 4 and 5. So that's 4y minus 1z equals 3. That's equation 4. Negative 32y minus 14z equals negative 24. And that's equation 5. Get a pencil. All right. Now, we need to eliminate a variable. And I think if we multiply this by 8, we'll get a positive 32, and that will cancel. So let's multiply equation 4 by 8. So 8 times 4 is 32y minus 8z equals 24. That's equation 4 times 8. Equation 5 is negative 32y minus 14z equals negative 24. And that's equation 5. Okay, the y's cancel. You're left with negative 22z equals 0. Divide both sides by negative 22. Z equals 0. Now we can plug in 0 into equation 4 or 5 and solve for y. So let's plug it into equation 4. So that's 4y minus 1 times 0 equals 3. Okay, so then that's a 0, so you're left with 4y equals 3. Divide both sides by 4. Y equals 3/4. Okay, now we're going to plug in 0 and 3/4 into any of the equations. I'm just going to plug it into equation 1, so that's 1x plus 5 times y, which is 3/4, plus 3 times z, which is 0, equals 5.75. Okay, let's just go and convert this into a decimal to make it easier. So that's 1x plus 5 times 3 is 15. 15 divided by 4. So let's put that in the calculator. It's 3.75. Brighten up the screen a little bit. There we go. All right, so now all I have to do is subtract 3.75 from both sides. So x equals 2. So your answer is 2, 3/4, 0. All right, so let's put that in our answer. And we don't need this screen. And so parentheses, 2, subtraction 3/4, comma, if I can get out of this, 0. Oh, that's not, no, 0. Parentheses, all right. Correct. All right, let's look at question number 3. All right, so it says solve by elimination, so let's do that. So question number 3, I'm going to write this down. All right, so I've written the system down. All right, so now let's solve with the elimination. Now, this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. But equation 3 can become 4 because there's only 2 variables. So that's 1x minus 2y equals 5, and that's equation 4. Okay? All right. Now let's combine equation 1 and 2 and eliminate z. So we have equation 5. So if we multiply equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2, these z's will cancel. So 3 times that's 12x plus 3y minus 6z equals 3 times 14 is 42. But let me double check. Okay. So that's equation, let's see, yeah, that's equation 1 times 3. And then that's 4x minus 6y plus 6z equals 19 times 2 is 38. And that's equation 2 times 2. Okay, and the z's cancel. You're left with 16x minus 3y equals 42, and 38 is 80, and that's equation 5. Okay, so now let's combine 4 and 5. So that's 1x minus 2y equals 5. That's equation 4. 16x minus 3y equals 80. Equation 5. Now if we multiply a negative 16 times x, well, these will cancel. So let's do that. Let's multiply by negative 16. So then that's negative 16x plus 32y equals, what is negative 16 times 5? Is negative 80. And that's equation 4 times negative 16. And then we just have equation 5, which is 16x minus 3y equals 80. And that's equation 5. Okay, the x's cancel. You're left with 29y equals 0. Divide both sides by 29. Adjust the brightness there. And so then y equals 0. Now I can plug 0 back into either equation 4 or 5. I'm just going to plug it into equation 5 because x is by itself. So that's x minus 2 times 0 equals 5. So then x equals 5. Okay. So then we're going to plug in x and y into equation. See, let's just plug it into 1 to solve for z. So that's 4 times x is 5 plus y is 0 minus 2z equals 14. So then that's 20. That's just 0 minus 2z equals 14. Apologize, the light, I think it's the sun. The sun is affecting the video. So subtract 20 from both sides. We get negative 2z equals negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. Z equals 3. So your answer is 5, 0, 3. So let's plug that in. So parentheses 5, 0, 3. Correct. All right, question number 4. Then we're going to solve by elimination. So I'm going to start by writing this system down. So x plus 5y plus 3z equals 7. That's equation 1. 4y. When I say plus and negative z, just put minus 1z equals 3. That's equation 2. And then 6x. When I say plus and negative, that's just minus 2y plus 4z equals 18, and that's equation 3. All right, so now let's solve. Now again, they've made this easier for us because now we have an equation with 2 variables. We can call that equation 4. So that's 4y minus 1z equals 3, and that's equation 4. Now we need to combine equation 1 and 3 and cancel the x, so we have equation with just y and z. So we're going to multiply equation 1 by negative 6. So negative 6 times x is negative, oh, let me use space, sorry. Negative 6x minus 30y minus 18z equals, see, 7. I always forget what 7 and 6 multiply to be. I don't know why, but I do. 7 times negative 42. And that's equation 1 times negative 6. Okay, and then you can leave equation 3 alone, so that's 6x minus 2y all right, and then plus 4z equals 18, and that's equation 3. Okay, so we know the x's cancel. You're left with negative 32y minus 14z equals, I'd have to check what negative 42 might, or an 18 combined to be, so negative 24, so that's equation 5. So let's plug 4 and 5 together, so 4y minus 1z equals 3, that's equation 4. Okay, then negative 32y minus 14z equals negative 24, it's equation 5. Now, if we just multiply the top equation by a positive 8, the y's will cancel, so let's do that. So 8 times 4 is 32y minus 8z equals 24, and then combined with negative 32y minus 14z equals negative 24. Okay, y's cancel, you're left with negative 22z equals 0. Divide both sides by negative 22. Z equals 0. Sorry, the problem looks familiar, but it is what it is. So then we're going to plug in 0 in for z, so that's 4y minus 1 times 0 equals 3. I feel like we've gotten this before, but we get 4y equals 3. Divide both sides by 4, so y equals 3/4. Okay, we're going to plug in 3/4 into the first equation. So then we have x plus 5 times 3/4 plus 3 times 0 equals 7. So then 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 4, which I want to say is 3.75. Okay, equals 7, but I'll check. Almost certain we've already done numbers like this. Divided by 4 is 3.75, yep. So now we're going to take 7 minus 3.75 is 3.25. So when we subtract 3.75 minus 3.75, x equals 3.25. Okay, so your solution is 3.25 comma 3/4 comma 0. And I'm going to see if they'll let us put in the decimal for each. So 3.25 comma 3/4 is 0.75 comma 0. Correct. All right, now let's look at question number 5. All right, question number 5, solve by elimination. So then I'm going to write the system down. All right, so we've got number down. So they've already given us equation 4, so let's call that. So y plus 5z equals -6. That's equation 4. Now, don't be tempted to eliminate the z's because we need a z in this equation. So we actually need to eliminate the y. Or no, we don't need to eliminate the y's, we need to eliminate the x's. So we need to multiply equation 2 by 2 and keep equation 1. So that's 2x minus 1y plus 3z equals -8. That's equation 1. We're going to multiply equation 2 by 2, so that's -2x plus 4y minus 6z equals 26. And that's equation 2, multiplied by 2. Okay, so the x's cancel. You're left with 3y minus 3z equals, let me just make sure, -8 plus 26 is, oh, I think I put that wrong. -8 plus 26 is, all right, I'm gonna get this right. -8 plus 18. There we go. And that's equation 5. So we have 1y plus 5z equals -6. That's equation 4. You have 3y minus 3z equals 18. That's equation 5. So if we multiply first equation, or equation 4 by -3, the y's will cancel. So let's do that. So -3y minus 15z equals +18. That's equation 4 times -3. And then we have 3y minus 3z equals 18, and that's equation 5. So the y's cancel, you're left with -18z equals 36. Divide both sides by -18. Z equals -2. All right, we're going to plug that into the first equation and solve for y. So that's 1y plus 5 times -2 equals -6. And I apologize, the sun keeps shining upon us and making it too bright. So then that's y minus 10 equals -6. Add 10 to both sides. Y equals 4. Okay? And so now we can plug in z and y into the first equation and solve for x. So that's 2x minus 4 plus 3 times -2 equals -8. So that's 2x. 3 times 2 is -6. -6 and 4 combined to be -10 equals -8. Add 10 to both sides. Get 2x equals 2. So x equals 1. So your answer is 1, 4, -2. Correct? All right. Number 6, it says solve the system using matrices, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so number 6. So I'm going to write that down. 4x plus y minus 2z equals 10. 2x minus 3y plus 3z equals 17. And then x minus 2y equals 4. Okay? So then matrix A is 4, 2, 1, 1, -3, -2, -2, 3, 0. Okay. And then x is x, y, z. And b is 10, 17, 4. Okay. Now we know that ax equals b. So we multiply A inverse times AX equals A inverse B. So X equals A inverse B. Okay, so I'm going to go to Desmos. If I can find my screen that has Desmos. Alright, I'm going to have to open up a screen. Desmos. Alright. I'm going to go to Matrix Calculator, New Matrix, and I had to press a button, and so I accidentally pressed that. So let me clear that and try it again. New matrix. It's a 3 by 3. So 4, 1, -2, 2, -3, 3, 1, -2, 0. Press enter. And then new matrix. B is a 3 by 1. And so that's 10, 17. Oh, let's try it again. New matrix. 3 by 1. So B is 10. So clear. Try this again. New matrix. 3 by 1 and 10, 17, 4. Enter. Now we know A inverse times B is 403. So we know that X equals 403. So let's put that answer in. If I can get to the screen here. So we know it's 4, 0, 3. Check answer, correct. All right, 7. So write this down. 1x plus 5y plus 3z equals 5. 4y minus z equals 3. 6x minus 2y plus 4z equals 6. Okay, so just a shortcut, you can go from here to just this. 1, 0, I shouldn't say shortcut, it's just more efficient. 5, 4, -2, 3, -2, 4. Inverse, because that's your A, times B. 5, 3, 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in. If I found my Desmos screen, I need to clear that. New matrix. A is a 3 by 3. So 1, 0, 6. Oh, I was typing in the wrong numbers. 1, 5. Always make sure you're typing in the right number. 0, 4, -2, 6, -2, 4. Press enter. Now we need a new matrix. 3 by 1. B is 5, 3, 6. Now we can do A inverse times B. So that's 1.25, 0.75, and 0. All right, so let's put that answer in. If I can get to the screen, there we go. So that's parentheses 1.25, comma 0.75, comma 0. Correct. All right, 8. Solve this using your method of choice. Okay. Now I'm gonna let's see. Now the option shows us that it's either one solution, infinite solution, or no solution. So let's just actually go ahead and work this because it's probably going to, let me write it down before. So that's question number 8. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 2x minus 1y plus 3z equals 11. Negative 6x plus 3y minus 9z equals negative 33. 4x minus 2y plus 6z equals 22. All right, I've written down. Now, take equation 1, 2, and 3. And we brighten up the screen a little bit. All right, so if I multiply this equation by 3, I think the x, y, and z will cancel. So let's take a look. Let's do that. So multiply equation 1 by 3. So that's 6x minus 3y plus 9z equals 33. Okay, that's equation 1 times 3. Now we just write equation 2. So it's negative 6x plus 3y minus 9z equals negative 33. And that's equation 2. Whoa, got too bright there. All right. So the x's cancel, the y's cancel, the z's cancel. So you're left with 0. That cancels 0. That's a true statement. So it's infinite solutions. All right, so let's write that, type that down. Infinite, infinitely many solutions, same thing. Check solution correct. Right, question number 9. Okay. Again, using your whichever method of choice. Let's take a look at question number 9. So you have 3x plus 4y minus 1z equals 20. 1x minus 5y plus 2z equals 28. 5x plus y minus 2z equals 50. Now, the fact that they have an option here for the answer tells me that it's not going to be a no or an infinite solution. So I say using a matrices would work the best. Okay, so I've written it down, and basically I can actually go from here to just the Desmos calculator, putting them in as a matrix. So let me do that now. Okay, so let me clear this out. So new matrix, it's a is 3 by 3, so that's 3, 4, negative 1, 1, negative 5, 2, 5, 1, negative 2. Okay, press enter. And then B, new matrix, 3 by 1, okay, is 20, 28, 50. Okay, and then we know A inverse times B, it's 11, negative 3, and 1. All right, so let's type that in. 11, negative 3, 1. Correct. Let's go to question 10. Enter the equation of the vertical parabola using passing through the points 3, 14, 3, negative 4, and 0, 6. The equation of parabola is, so let's go step by step. Identify the values of A, B, and C for the general equation of the form of the parabola. general form of a vertical parabola is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? And actually, you know what? I was about to use that, but let me yep, that looks like a mess. So let me go back. All right, let me just work this problem out for you, okay? So let me go to paper. Let me write the points down. So this is equation 10. So 3, 10, 30, negative 8, and 0, 2. Okay? So you need the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? Now, this is an xy. That's an xy, and that's xy. So we're going to plug in x and y into this equation 3 times. So y is 10, so that's 10 equals a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus the c value is just plus 1c. Now we do that here. So that's 30. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's negative 8 equals a times 30 squared plus b times 30 plus 1c. And then that's 0. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 2 equals a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus 1c. So then that's 10, negative 8, 2. 3 squared is 9, so it's 9a plus 3b plus 1c. And then that's 30 squared is 900a plus 30b plus 1c. And then that's 0a plus 0b plus 1c. We're going to make this into a matrix. So our matrix is 9, 900, 0, 3, 30, 0, 1, 1, 1. That's your A. Your X is ABC equals our B value, which is 10, negative 8, and 2. And so we know we can use A inverse B to solve this. So let's do that now, okay? If I can get to Desmos. So new matrix, 3 by 3. So that's 9, 3, 1, 900, 30, 1, and then that's 0, 0, 1. And then new matrix, and now it's 3 by 1. We know that's 10, negative 8, 2. So we know A inverse times B, which is a very fascinating number, negative 0.11 repeating. So let me go back and see what the answer is here. And with that repeating decimal, I'm just going to go to step by step. Next, 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 next. And so they get negative 1/9, 3, 2, which if we look at Desmos, negative 0.111 is negative 1/9, 3, 2. So, okay. And then if you want, I'll scroll this and you can kind of watch the steps. It's what I've done, it's just written a little differently. Okay. All right. Let's look at question number 11. In a triangle XYZ, the measures of angle X is 8 times the sum of the measures of angle Y and Z The measure of angle y is 3 times the measure of angle z. What are the measures of the angles? I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out this problem from the assignment, so you're not going to worry about that one. Question 12. Combined age of 3 relatives is 120 years. James is 3 times the age of Dan, and Paul is 2 times the age of some of James, Dan. How old is each person? And good question, but I think I'm going to hold off and take that one out as well. And I'm actually going to take out this question as well. $14 seems to be an okay question. Complete the explanation on how you know when a system is infinite many solutions or when it has no solution. If when solving the system you get a true statement such as 0 equals 0, then the system has infinite many solutions. If when solving the system you get a false statement such as 1 equals 3, then the system will have no solutions. All right. We're not going to do 15. And that is it. So with that, hopefully this helps you with the assignment, and have a wonderful Wildcat